Okay, man. Let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck. Female comics, they just not funny, man. Like it's just time. It's time to rip the band-aid off. So sometimes we can even we'll bring in like some examples here and there, but to say women aren't funny in general, yeah, in general that's true. You'll find you there are some women that are kind of funny, but especially when we're talking about like professional comedians. First of all, most comedians in this game, just in general, regardless of gender, are not that impressive, especially today. But when you're talking about female comics, outside of some more, like I'm being dead serious, like outside of some more, who's made me like chuckle a little bit, like a little bit. No disrespect to her, but outside of some more, I seen I remember Roseanne Barr said like one thing funny. She has her moments, but I remember seeing her. She says one thing funny, and that's about it. That's about it when it comes to female comics. They're just not funny, man. And like I'll be seeing like some dudes. They'll be like, "Oh yeah, I agree generally," and then they'll list some names, and I'll be like, "Those girls, they ain't funny either." These motherfuckers be talking about Whitney Cummings and Nikki Glaser. I'm like, you want to screw them? That does those guys just don't want to admit. Oh, you just find them attractive, or not Whitney Cummings. But they'll mention like Nikki Glaser. I hope I'm saying her name right. And I'm like, nah, she just looks like a porn star. That's why y'all want to just give her the benefit of the doubt. Same with what's her name? Ali Wong, the Asian bitch that look like the Asian porn star. I'm blanking on Asa. The Asian comic that looks like Asa Akira. that one. I'm like, they're not funny. They just look like your favorite porn star. So you want to, anyways, we're gonna let her we go let her talk, and she's gonna explain we got this older female ginger comic. Um, she's gonna explain why if you don't find women funny, that makes you a misogynist, right? But let's let her explain this.
Men who say that women are not funny, categorically, women are never funny. They always have the same set of opinions that go with that. They're overly focused on traditional gender roles. They hate body positivity, right? I mean, like you've never heard a man say, women are never funny. By the way, I love what Lizzo is doing for the culture. Never, never. These opinions always go hand in hand because the common thread there is that they can't be emotionally intimate with women. That's what's at the core of all of this. Because in order to laugh with a woman, in order to be intimate with a woman physically, if her body fluctuates and looks imperfect at different times, in order to work out gender roles and housework in just kind of a natural, organic way, you first have to be able to have emotional intimacy with women. Have you ever noticed that men who say,
what's wild? Low key, I blanked out by the middle of I already forgot what she said by the end because she was just you just hear just nonsense, just pure nonsense, man. But yeah. But by the way, let me say this for me though. Let me say this for me. I'll say this. My aunt is funny as hell, and I'm not saying this because she's my aunt, but she's funny as hell. And then I know one girl that was in middle school with me who was legit funny. I'm talking about she was a legit funny just person. Like she's legitimately funny. Like first of all, way funnier than her brother. But she was she was funny. No cap, a funny person. But the problem is with women like that, they don't look to be a comic. Like women that are actually funny, they actually don't try to be comics, and if they do, they get like all of their whole act stolen from them. No cap when I say this. Like if you do meet an actual funny woman and then she decides to go into comedy and then she'll do like an open mic and she does decent, where like the guys are like, oh man, she's saying some funny stuff, she's gonna get her whole act stolen from her. I'm talking about her whole act is gonna be just jacked from her. Oh, and also let me give a shout out to Patrice O'Neill's ex-girlfriend, right? I forgot her. I think her name is Von Carla. I remember she did open up for Corey. She did say some funny things where where I had to give her props. So I'll give her props because she did get a Corey Holcomb crowd to be like, hey yo, whoop whoop whoop. So I'll give her props. A Corey Holcomb crowd is not that easy to please, to be fair. So I'll give her props, but I don't really find her funny. So no disrespect, but she did a decent job opening up for Corey when I saw him in New York. Anyways, Jennifer, what the hell her name is here? Jennifer Full, full what the Jennifer Fulwiler? Jen Full. Okay, Jen Full. What? Jen Fulwiler. Yeah. What in the hell? Okay. Let me see. I probably got more laughs for me just trying to read than her whatever her stand up comedy is. No disrespect, but let's see. Let's do a sample size of her comedy. Let's see what she let's see her pen to work. Okay, let's see. Let's get it. This is a sample size right here. Let's see if she's funny. Oh, that's awkward. I didn't even put the volume on. She's probably better on mute, anyways. There we go.
Finally figured out the right way to let screens babysit your kids. You got to break out the good stuff. You see, back in my day, we had a roadrunner and a coyote who dropped anvils on each other's heads. We had a guy named He-Man who got amazing powers by holding up a piece of metal in a lightning storm. And we had a cat and mouse who ran around the house all day chasing each other with meat cleavers. Today, the plot of literally every children's TV show is this character has a group of supportive friends. And they recycle.
She has somebody writing for her. Now I don't know how I can gauge this stuff. I don't know what it is about me. Maybe because I am a hater. Like I was when I first came on the internet as a young kid, I came in as a troll and a hater first. First. You know what I mean? So maybe I know how to gauge these things, but she clearly has a writer, which most comics do have a writer, but okay. Let's see this next one because I was
People
bored.
bring up the fact that I have so many kids at the weirdest times. I was working out at the gym with a personal trainer, and she.
Okay, I'm done. But anyways, let's go back to what she said here. Let's repeat what she said, and then let's break it down.
That women are not funny. Categorically, women are never funny.
I mean, it's a fair opinion, man. It's a fair opinion. I'm sorry. I just looked at your comedy, young. I mean, I don't want to say young lady. She ain't not young. Anyways, I just looked. I'm sorry, Miss Ma'am, right, Miss Jennifer. I'm not like that's how this is what I consider fun. Like if you really funny, like I'm actually considering, okay, let me buy a ticket to see this person's show. I done worked all these hours, whatever, at my job, whatever. I'm going to sacrifice parking fees, whatever fee, food fees, bring somebody along, pay for them to see you. What you got? Like what you got? I'm not paying my money to see you, bro. I'm miss. I'm not. I'm talking about not even. I'm not even going to even recommend you because there's some people that you'll recommend you but you don't pay. Like I can't even recommend you. No disrespect. Not trying to take money out your pocket, but no, I'm sorry, no.
They always have the same set of opinions that go with that. They're overly focused on traditional gender roles. They hate body positivity, right?
What does that have to do with anything? If you're not funny, you're not funny. If you're not talented, you're not talented. What does it, bruh? Dude, I don't care. Like in Italy, like they're like super racist, right? In like soccer, but they still be having Africans play there. Why? Because they're even though it's hostile for them, but they still encourage them to play. Why? Because of the talent. Talent first, man. If you got it, you got it. If you can help, if you can contribute something, you can contribute something, no matter what they feel about you personally. So this whole thing about if the reason why if you don't find women funny, then you understand they have the same thing about traditional gender, bruh. There's first of all, there's a woman that believe in traditional gender roles. And then this talk about body positivity. Body positivity, it's not supposed to be for fat women. That's not. I don't understand what this correlation with body positivity and fat bitches. This is getting ridiculous. Body positivity is like in what would make sense for me is if the body positivity movement was for people that were in the wars and they lost limbs, or people that that had like cancers in their face. Have you ever been like, you see like in India where you got these people growing with like tumors in their face and it just disfigures them? You know what I mean? People that's missing arms, legs, fingers, right? People with a hole in their face, like, you know what I mean? Or bald bitches that got cancer. That makes sense. That makes sense, right? Not fat bitches that can't put the fork down. That's not supposed to be for them. So this whole thing about body, she's bringing up the typical feminist stuff. Nah, first of all, if you're funny, you're funny. It don't matter how misogynist you are. It don't matter how personally. If the person can make you laugh, they can make you laugh. Bottom line, dude, but it's bottom line, man.
I mean, like, you've never heard a man say women are never funny. By the way, I love what Lizzo is doing for the culture.
There's plenty of women that don't think that don't even like Lizzo. There's plenty of women that are saying like Lizzo, she doing too much. So that's not just a man thing. She's doing the bitch. She's doing too much. She doing too much. And first of all, y'all know y'all doing too much because Ozempic, that Ozempic is so popular now because y'all know y'all doing too much with the food. Come on. Like this is ridiculous. Like that whole body positivity thing. That's got to be that was one of the biggest psyops, one of the biggest psyops I've ever seen. And I've seen a lot of psyops, but I'll say, yeah, body positivity. And then the funny part is those quote unquote plus size models. They all, when you look at their boyfriends, none of their boyfriends be plus size. Their boyfriends be like Greek gods. They're built like Greek gods. They be dating Chads and Tyrones. I'm talking about Giga Chad and Giga Tyrone. Even what's her name? That broad, Drew Fulwiler. She in a 7-year relationship with. Well, never mind. Let me just leave that alone.
Never. These opinions always go hand in hand because the common thread there is that they can't be emotionally intimate with women.
So because they can't be emotionally intimate with women, that means they can't find women funny. That's what kind of logic? First of all, men and women are different. Men and women are different. Now, I don't know what it is with women. They just think that men don't go through pain. We go through a lot of pain. We just don't. We just don't have a month for it, right? You know what I mean? We have a breast cancer month, right? Where all the NFL players wearing pink like they all Cameron and and Dipset and them people, but nah, we probably do have, no, we do. I'm pretty sure we do have a testicular cancer month, but we don't have a color for that. We don't have men, wearing like a specific color armband to represent all the men that have died from testicular cancer. We have all these things to make sure when a woman is in pain that everybody has to know about it. Like men go through pain too. We deal with it differently. Most men, they make jokes. That's why when you actually do find women that are funny or women that have a similar arc in character, they go through a real hero's journey, right? Like the reason, like back in the day, men actually can write female characters better than females write female characters, right? In movies, where the men will actually put the women in through a serious like hero arc or a hero's arc journey, where she goes through things to grind where she needs to get to. Even like writing the character, G.I. Jane, like they put them through struggle, right? Even I'm talking about like all the old school female heroes where men wrote it. They actually go through a real journey. Now, when you have women writing these female characters, they just get the powers and they just become powerful. And there's no journey to it. There's no sacrifice. You know what I mean? So that's just another thing where where men and women kind of disconnect. This is why that's why you'll find women or you'll find girls that are legitimately funny, or like the girls that be dying, that be like terminally ill, they be funny. Like they be clever. They come up with some clever stuff. Like it'll be like, or you'll meet like a girl that was like bullied when she was a kid by men and women, where she didn't really get no love, and she was able to find a way. And I'm talking about like, and she's not trying to be a comic, she's just trying to live. They be funny. Those be the funny ones, but but that's something that even she doesn't get, because I don't, I doubt her. Let me not make assumptions about her. I just know that she's not funny.
That's what's at the core of all of this, because in order to laugh with a woman, in order to be intimate with a woman physically, if her body fluctuates and looks imperfect at different times, in order to work out.
What does this have to do with women being funny or not? What everything that you just said, like, this is not a relationship. We motherfuckers just trying to laugh. What the?
gender roles and housework and just kind of a natural organic way, you first have to be able to have emotional intimacy with women. Have you ever noticed that?
I'll say this though. Her saying this, she just gave so many male comedians material. Like I don't even know, like the way, like let me tell y'all something, man. The way women have been acting, they don't even, like, women don't even realize how much material they've been giving men by acting the way they've been acting, especially for these past 10 years. They've been giving men, I'm talking about men that are terrible comics. They've been giving these guys material. Hell, you guys, women have been giving me material, and I'm not even a comic. You know what I mean? So they don't even see the irony in that. In that, but you know. Okay, yeah, this is the comment that I liked right here. So this guy here, he says, I don't think women in general are funny when they try to crack jokes. Most female comedians aren't funny. He says Nikki Glazer is one of my favorite comedians, along with Wanda Sykes and Al Wong. Legit funny people. Also, yeah, Lizzo isn't doing anything positive for the community. Now, these people that he mentioned, right? So he mentions Nikki Glazer, Ali Wong, if I'm not mistaken, and Wanda Sykes. So let me show you guys something here, because this is what men do. Men think they're slick. Hold on for a second, guys. Let me open up a tab real quick. So Nikki Glazer. Okay. So when you see Nikki Glazer, like when I first saw her, I would have never thought that she was a comic. When I first saw her, I'm like, is she does she do corn? Like she does not look like a comic. You know what I mean? And that's really what it is. That's why she's at the position that she's at. She can put a couple of sentences together, and she probably has a writer. Yeah, Ali Wong. Okay, so that's her name. So yeah, so you see Nikki Glazer, Ali Wong. And Ali Wong, when you look at her, she looks exactly like, especially when Ali Wong was younger, she looks exactly like a nerdy version of Asa Akira. That's why she's famous. So, you know, when when men try to be quote unquote fair, they're not even being fair. They're still in their lustful spirit, and they're not really naming people that are, you know. And then he mentions Wanda Sykes just to put like the token, you know, lesbian comic that most men respect, because she's put in a lot of time in the game. But I don't really find Wanda Sykes that funny, to be quite honest with you, even though she's clever in her ways in terms of she talks about, like, she does some things, but I'm not gonna recommend her because I just don't I don't find her that funny. She's a great voice actor. She has a very distinct voice, Wanda Sykes. So I'll give her that. You know, like I can always tell. I'm like, oh, that's Wanda Sykes. She's talking. You know what I mean? But you know, no disrespect. I'm just saying, like, just to say female comics aren't funny. It's just a natural. It's just natural to come to that conclusion, man.